Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sam, and today we're going to talk about whether you should do cardio or weights first, and then a little bit about why and how much you should be doing. Now, I am going to clear this up right away. Should you do cardio or weights first? And the answer to that is, it depends. I know, I didn't really clear it up, but it really does depend. It's not a clear-cut answer, and that's where sometimes stuff can get a little confusing, is it's not just this or that. Well, it depends on you and what your goals are, and it depends on a lot of other factors, your preferences and your fitness level. And yes, your preferences matter a lot. So first, it depends. What are your goals? Do you want to build muscle? Do you want to get stronger? Do you want to lose body fat? Do you want to increase your endurance? Or do you just want to kind of be a healthier, fitter person overall and you don't really have any other specific goals? Because the answer for each of those could be a little bit different. Okay, so first let's talk about if you're wanting to build muscle or increase your strength. What should come first, cardio or weights? And I'm going to say your weightlifting should come first. Now, why? Why should you lift weights first if your goal is to build muscle or to build strength? And that is because you want to have full energy and feel your best and your strongest for your lifts, because that is what's going to be most important to reach your goals. In order to build muscle and to build strength, you need to lift weights and you need to be able to lift heavy weights. So you want your energy levels to be the best that they're going to be for that part of your workout. Another thing is, when you're lifting heavy in order to build strength and build muscle, you want your body to not be fatigued, so you can use proper form for safety and effectiveness. Now, proper form is, can harp on the safety all I want, but nobody thinks they're really going to get hurt. But proper form also makes sure that you're actually getting the benefit from the exercise that you're doing that you want. The better your form, the better the results you're going to get. So just keep that in mind if you're kind of one of those form whatever people. If you want better results, use better form. So, verdict for building muscle, gaining strength: weights first. All right, now if you are wanting to increase your endurance, say you're competing in a 5K or a half marathon or a triathlon or something like that, or you just want to have better endurance for the fun of having better endurance, I'm going to say do your cardio first. And for the most part, do the cardio that you want to get better at, because cardio, if you run, you get better at running. If you ride a bike, you get better at riding a bike. If you swim, you get better at swimming. You get better at what you do, basically. It does transfer a bit. If I swim, my runs will get better, but not nearly as much as they would improve as if I ran. If you want to improve your endurance, cardio first. And the reason for that is because you don't want to have just done legs or core and everything's all it's all floppy and tired, and you can't get your cardio workout in with the full amount of energy and the full amount of dedication that you can put toward it. So basically, the same rules that apply to if you're wanting to build muscle and strength apply to if you're wanting to build endurance about which one to do first. Now, what about if you really aren't super concerned with putting on muscle, getting a lot stronger, or increasing your endurance, and your main focus is you just want to lose some body fat? I'm going to say lift first. Why? Because when you are in a calorie deficit and you are losing body fat, one of your top priorities should be to maintain as much lean body mass as possible. And the best way to do this is with strength training. And when you are strength training, just like before, we want to have all that physical and mental fullness or readiness or energized so we can put forth our best lift. So when you are wanting to lose body fat, I'm going to say lift first, so you can really focus on form. You can really focus on putting in your best mental effort, because mental effort matters when you are lifting to get the most out of your workout. And to maintain lean body mass, Diet plays a huge role, not cutting your calories too much too quickly, all that stuff. But we're just really focusing on lifting and cardio right now, the exercise portion, not the exact calorie portion or nutrition. So lifting first so you can maintain that lean body mass and you can put forth all the effort and all the concentration that is needed to have an amazing lift. All right, what if you just want to generally be healthier and a fitter person? I'm gonna say, do whatever you want to do first. Your pick. If you wanna do cardio first because you like to do cardio first, do cardio. If you like to lift first, lift first. So if you're just wanting to be an overall healthier, fitter person, just in general, do whichever you prefer to do first. Okay, I have a little caveat, and this more pertains to just if you want to be generally healthier, generally more fit, and the fat loss goal is if you know you hate one or the other. So if you know you hate cardio or you know you hate lifting and you're apt to skip one or the other if you don't do it first, do that one first. That's fine. I know I said for the fat loss one, weightlifting should be first, or ideally you should be doing your lifts before your cardio. But if you know you're totally gonna skip cardio all the time if you don't do it first, you should consider doing it first. Because cardio is important, lifting is important, it's all important for your nice overall beautiful health. So if there's one you really hate, do it first so you just get it over with and you have whichever one you enjoy more to look forward to afterward. A few other things that you can think about is how intense is your cardio? If you're just doing a quick 10-minute, little bit of a warm up, that's not really going to too much impact your lifts afterward, especially if you're in pretty good cardio fitness. So then you could think about using it as a warm up if you wanted to. I personally do that. I do a 10-minute warm up before my lifts, and that counts as my cardio. That counts as my run. I'm in pretty decent cardio shape. I mean, not amazing, but decent, where a mile does not tire me out for my workouts. Now, if you're doing high intensity cardio, if you're really going at it and you're like, oh, Jesus, I'm dying, that might be best saved for after your lifts, because we don't want the body to be too fatigued during our lifts, because that can be unsafe and then you don't get the most out of your workout. And even on those days, maybe if you're doing really hard workouts, like say you're doing sprint training or like 400 repeats or something like that, maybe even consider splitting your workouts up. So maybe one in the morning, one in later in the day, or even on different days. This is what I did during my half marathon training. On my hard days, I did not lift. So I did my hard running days, so my 400 repeats and my hill repeats, those were on days I did not have to lift, and they were not after a leg day, because oof, that would suck. But I just finagled my schedule to make it work for me. Okay, so went through all that. We know which ones to do first. Strength training first if you are more focused on fat loss, building muscle, or building strength. Cardio first if you're more focused on building up your endurance, and either or if you just want to be a generally healthier and fitter person. And if you know you're going to skip one because you hate it, do that one first. Okay, so how much should we be getting? What are like the general rules? The recommended amount of cardio is 150 minutes a week. That breaks down to 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes if you only want to do cardio 5 days a week. And what is the 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio? And this is brisk walking. So this is a 20-minute or 30-minute walk. And that can be broken up. You don't have to do it all at once. It can be 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. It can be a little bit after lunch while you're at work. It can really be broken up however you want. Very, very doable. And really, it's awesome to get outside and walk. So the moderate intensity, that 150 minutes is walking, hike, leisurely bike ride, dancing. If you want to get some harder work in, the recommended amount is about 75 minutes, and that would be like a run or like swimming laps or pushing yourself, like riding your bike or something. If you're wanting to get more bang for your buck on the cardio, if you really want to work on that cardio fitness, but you're not training for anything in particular, just aim for one harder session per week that lasts 10 to 20 minutes. It's awesome. It's really going to boost that cardiovascular fitness. It's going to feel kind of fun because it's a little bit hard, but only do that if you are capable. This is not necessary. It is just kind of like an extra bonus thing. Now, what is the recommended amount of strength training? They recommend 2 days a week. I am going to be very bold and say I'm going to recommend at least 3. Why? Because you are going to get a lot more benefit for not a lot more commitment. And 2 is great. 2 is better than 0. If you can't do 3 and you can only do 2, I would 1,000 times rather have you do 2 days a week than none. So just remember, it is okay. Like, my 3 is just like, in an ideal world, everybody would be able to get at least 3 strength training days in a week. So total, that's 2, preferably 3 lifts per week. And those can be, I would say for most people, 30 to 45 minutes is an excellent amount of time. You can do it in even less if necessary. You can definitely get in a 20-minute workout. And then 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, which can be just walking per day, and that can totally be split up. All right, so we covered whether to do cardio or weights first, and we discovered that the answer is more complicated than one or the other. The answer is it depends, and it depends on your goals, depends on your preferences, and it depends on your fitness level even. We also went over how much to get in an ideal world, just so you have somewhere you can start. But remember, something is always better than nothing. If you can't do 20 or 30 minutes of walking, like, Sam, that is just never freaking gonna happen. Okay, cool. Can you do 10 minutes? Can you do 5? Can you go around the block or up and down your stairs a few times? Something is always better than nothing. Okay, so I hope that helped cleared up which one to do first. And I'm sorry that it wasn't just this one for sure first and this one for sure after. Fitness stuff is very individual. It is very easy to just want a simple black or white answer, and that is definitely becoming the norm when we are online on Instagram and everything like that, because we really like our infographics and short little quick answers that we don't actually have to look into. So it becomes like a either or thing all the time, when most of the time that's not the case, and it's a kind of a it depends, especially it depends on you. But I hope that helps you figure out which one you need to do first. And please let me know in the comments which one, based on the video, you are going to be doing first. And let me know what your favorite form of cardio is and what your favorite lift is. That would be awesome. One, I like to run. That's my favorite cardio. And my favorite lift is, I've been really digging lateral raises lately. Like, those have been my super favorite. Anything shoulders really is my favorite. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, peeps.